As the year now winds down, financial experts are saying this is a good time to tidy up your finances and plan for the new year. Our consumer investigator, Randy Mack, has some moves that might save you some money and a few headaches.
Retirees can save a chunk of money this year, and for those who are just starting out, protecting your family might be a priority. Retirees Mark and Midge Mayer live off their Social Security and pension. They also have a retirement account to fund the extras, something they didn't need this year because of the pandemic.
We weren't making any travel plans, and we're not going out to dinner and movies, so we really didn't need the extra money.
Normally, the couple is required to take a distribution from their retirement account, but the CARES Act says this year they don't have to. Certified financial planner Pamela Marshall says this is a huge perk for retirees.
That's a significant savings this year, that you can let that money stay in, keep growing, and not be taxed on that income during this year.
Marshall says there are other big changes to retirement accounts this year. You don't have to take required distributions until you're 72. That's been pushed back 2 years. And you can make IRA contributions after 70, something that hasn't been allowed before.
Particularly if they're quarantining and not out spending money and are able to save, it's a great opportunity for them over 70 and a half to still be able to make IRA contributions.
Marshall says now's the time to tackle other financial housekeeping, like making sure your 401k is properly allocated and your flex spending account is on track for next year. Also, review the beneficiaries on your life insurance, something often put in place years ago.
I've seen situations where people have gotten divorced or been widowed or family circumstances change, and it's 20 or 30 years later, they die, and lo and behold, their life insurance through their employer is supposed to go to an ex-wife.
And Marshall says younger families might consider buying extra life insurance, especially if family members rely on an income. And it's a good idea for families to have a will and trust in place, even if you don't have a lot of assets.
You want to make sure that you're paying attention to choices for guardians and who might be in charge of any assets left to the kids as well.
Finally, review your home and car insurance policies. Make sure your personal liabilities are high enough to protect your assets. And if you think you don't need this financial planning, think again, says Marshall. She says it's not just for the wealthy.
I would point out that people who are rich, especially people who became rich on their own, generally did it by having a financial plan.
And one final tip, it's always a good idea to freeze your credit. It's a free service, and you can also lift the freeze very easily if someone does need to check your credit report. We can show you how to do it. You just go to our website at NBCLA.com. In Chino Hills, I'm consumer investigator Randy Mack for NBC4 News.